What's up everybody? I'm currently working on my personal website and I stumbled across this cool and interesting thing and I wanted to share it with you guys. Basically, it's how you can add in animated underlines to your navigation items using CSS. Essentially, I'm making my personal website using Astro, which is kind of like a web framework for content-driven websites. The thing I love about Astro is the fact that it's sort of like a bring your own framework. You can use your favorite UI frameworks like React, Vue, Svelte, Solid, whatever it is that you use, Tailwind, and it's really fun to really build something with it. And if you take a look here, actually this header navigation that you're seeing right here, I'm gonna zoom out for a quick second, is basically a React component. On the left, if you take a look at the code, this is my Astro component, and in it, if you take a look at the navigation item, it's just a bunch of header links, and you can tell this is the home project blog shop, which you can see on the right, home project blog shop, and each header link is just a React component. So if I scroll up, you can pretty much see this is a JSX I'm importing from here, and here it is. We have a div and we have an anchor tag. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how we can use CSS to add an animated underline to these anchor tags right here. So let's do it. Okay, so right now we have nothing on them. Just took out all the code for that. And I'm going to write it for you so you can step by step, so you can see how that's added and what's actually going on. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the underline. And how am I going to do that? So I'm going to select the title and I'm going to add in an after content to it. So the content is going to be blank, nothing. What we actually need is the background to be visible, which represents the underline. So I'm going to go content, nothing. I'm going to go for the background, set the color to white, and I'm going to set the position of the element to absolute. And before that, I'm going to do the width 100% so we can see it, and then height, we'll do about 1 pixel. And once I save, you can definitely see those white underlines, and they're all absolutely positioned to its ancestor, which is relative. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the left to 0 and the bottom to 0. Basically, this is saying how far away do I want it from the left? 0. How far away? Okay, I'll show you. So it's asking how far away do I want it from the left? That's 0. How far away do I want it from the bottom? I want it to be 0. So there we go. You can definitely see that it's visible for all of them. Now that it's visible, so that's a Ctrl S to save. We actually want to only show it when we hover over the anchor tags there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to 0, and I'm going to select the header link again. And I'm going to add a pseudo class. When I hover over it, I want to select the after, and I want to set that width to 100%. So take a look. Once you hover over it, it sets the width to 100% immediately. That's some progress, but we want it to transition upon interaction. So once we hover, we want to have it transition from 0 to 100. How are we going to do that? It's pretty straightforward. So what we're going to do is use the transition property. So I'm not going to use the transition shorthand. I'm going to spell it out just to show you guys explicitly what's actually happening. So I'm going to do transition property. I want to animate the width basically it's asking for what CSS property I want to animate. So I'm choosing to animate the width. It's going to ask me how long I want that. How long do I want that? So transition, that's my transition duration, specifies how long transition from the old value to the new value. So I want them to be a duration of 0.3 seconds. And I'm going to add in a transition timing function. Describes how the transition takes place, and I wanted to ease. Easing is just the best thing you can do for any animation, whether you're working in anything. A straight line is never good. It has its uses. It has its uses. Okay, but you always want to ease majority of the time. So transition. I also want to add a delay. So just a small slight delay for the transition, how it will start. So 0.05 seconds thereabout. We don't want to wait a second, which is an eternity for the animation to play. Just want it to go. So basically it's going to apply these transitions from the old value to the new value. And I'm going to hit save. And once you take a look, there we go. You can see the animation plays. Just beautiful. Now, we want the underline to be present for the anchor tag that is currently active. So if I'm in the shop URL, I want that to be underlined. If I'm in the blogs, I want that to be underlined. So I'm going to zoom out a bit and I'm going to select home. So we're currently in the home. We want that to stay active, right? We want the underline to remain there. How are we going to do that? Well, I already have some logic in place. My header link component takes in an href and a current path as props. The href represents the path that link will lead you to. So, and the current path represents the path that we're actually currently on. Okay, so I'll show you where I'm. So if I go back to like my header astro component, you can basically see it for yourself right here. The slash is the home, the project is for the project, this is for the blog, and this is for the shop. And the current path tells me what path I'm currently on, which thankfully Astro tells me. So if I head back to my React component, I have a piece of logic here that is adding in the header link active class. If the href and the current path matches, then just add in this class, right? The header link active. So we're going to style that. So any anchor tag that has the header link active, we are going to set the width to 100%. Sorry, we're going to select the after. So header link active, we're going to select the after content and set the width of that to 100%. So do Control S, and there you go. That's it. You're not selecting the element itself, you're selecting the after content. That's why. So we just select that. We've already created the after content. It is basically this. We've defined it. And so it just changes the width to 100% if it has the header link active. And so once you hover, you can see here, I'm just gonna zoom in, that it all works. If I select home, that stays active, blog, that stays active, shop, that stays active. And that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you think about the video. I hope this helped you if you were looking to add a little bit of animation to your navigation system. This gives you an idea of how you can go about doing that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.